Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakakadash, and double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, Haru Well. Peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect. This is your brother Dawadah from the Men of Valor Camp here in Greenville, South Carolina, coming back with another video in sincerity and in truth, the Lord willing, it can be edifying. And I want to do a video right here, all right, on this article, which the brother Shakam had put a screenshot, all right, in the group chat, man. And oftentimes, we'll get on the woman, as far as what they're not doing right, all right. And this video does, or this article right here does highlight the fact this came out March 29th, 2022, so a couple days ago, man. All right, which shows that this is an issue not only maybe amongst brothers that are dealing with women in the world, all right, but also these men in the world are catching hell too, man. All right, because everything's all out of whack here in America, Babylon the Great, and its vibration has covered the whole earth in its wickedness, man. Right, things are not placed in its order, and that's why Yahweh Bashem Yahushua has raised up his men, all right, and we're teaching to our people, all right, to be reproved, to be put back in order. And we know it's going to come in as perfection in the kingdom. However, all right, we're teachers. We're sent to be teachers, man. Not only are we telling men how to be men again, as we were taught by our elders and apostles, of GMS, to the men on down, the men that we've learned from, that have been our spiritual fathers, but we're here to teach. And there are women that follow us that, if they're not like super, even women that, older women that may be older, either way, they were raised up in a polluted world, a world that told everybody to cater to them, to their needs, that they didn't have to listen to a man, that, especially amongst the so-called black community, that they don't need a man, that they can do it on their own. And that's an utter annihilation of the family structure, man. All right, here we're, like the scripture say, let all things be done decently and in order. All right, we're pushing order. We're pushing because that order is righteous. All right, we, as I mentioned in a video before, you have, and the scriptures, ultimately go into it about the head of every man. All right, it is actually we're gonna grab it real quick and we'll come back. Let's grab that order, because we have to push that vibration. There's a wicked vibration that's continually being pushed at, by way of feminism, and a way of this, this society. All right, so we have to put things right, by teaching and pushing that righteous vibration of the correct order of things, how things should be set up. And we don't care if you don't like it. All right, we're here to teach the Bible, and we cannot shun to declare unto you all the counsel of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. So this is 1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 3. It says, but I will have you know that the head of every man is a Mashiach, and the head of the woman is the man. So woman, you have a head. All right, you have somebody that you report to, that you're over, just like we report to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua in the correct order. All right, we can't get to the Heavenly Father but by way of the Son. All right, hey, to the sisters that are that believe, you're not going to be able to get to Yahweh Shai, all right, but only by your man. You can't go directly to Yahweh Shai. You had this common misconception to these so-called Christian women, all right, to say, oh, Jesus is my God, or Jesus is my husband, and that's just off. All right, this is saying right here that the head of every man is a Mashiach. So we report to Yahweh Shai, and it says the head of the woman is the man. So you report to your man, and if you have an unbelieving husband, okay, the scriptures speak about, the unbelieving, the unbelieving wife, not being put away by the husband that believes, brothers that have wives that don't believe. All right, if they be pleased to dwell with you, all right, and there's going to be troubles in the flesh no matter what, because we're still under these curses. But if you can maintain it, then she ain't causing you a disruption as far as this truth. All right, then cool, dwell with her. Same thing with a woman that may have a man, okay, because you're not supposed to be out here just dealing with, other men. You have other camps that will teach, if you don't have a man of the Lord, if your dude is an unbeliever, then you need to leave him. No, that's off. They say you need to leave him and get with a man of the Lord. And that's off, man. All right, now you have certain situations and certain things that may arise where, if a woman may have an unbelieving man, All right, he might get put to death during Jacob's trouble, and you're gonna end up with a man of the Lord. All right, that would be a righteous way to go about it. We don't know how the Lord is gonna set it up, or your husband can come into begin to believe. You're gonna have those situations. However, that does not make you the head over him. All right, you're still gonna be in the correct order. You're gonna be under him. And you just gotta accept it, man. Either way, the world is going back to this, so it's better if you jump on the bandwagon now, man. All right, because this is how things are about to be from here on out. The Lord is setting everything back in order. All right, but I'm gonna read this once again. 1 Corinthians 11 and 3. But I will have you know that the head of every man is a Mashiach, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of the Mashiach is the Most High. So wanted to bring that out, all right, because once again, that the vibration of the world tells you that these women, all right, like the scripture say, the Lord have created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. So even in little small instances, you have women trying to usurp authority over their man, over their head, over their master, over their Lord. All right, because the scriptures say that even Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord. All right, you're Israelite man. Okay, he's the shit, man. He's the prize. All right, these women talking about, they want to ask me what I bring to the table. I am the table. I'm the prize. The fuck you're not, man. And they're gonna, these women are gonna understand and realize that very, very soon. All right, but these women will do little shit to usurp authority, like shit there, and it bugs me. It fucking pisses me off, man. All right, if you might be out somewhere and you get asked a question and she steps in and answers that question. No, you can answer that your own question, man. All right, you speak. I speak for us. You don't speak for me, right? What's another thing? A woman going through a man's phone or trying to see if he's talking to other women, all right, which is it's his God-given right. All right, it's a right as an Israelite man. All right, the Lord did not. The Lord. You are allowed as an Israelite man. You are allowed to have more than one woman. Okay, if that woman doesn't have a man, but as you as a woman, all right, you're bound to that one man. All right, and we don't care if you get mad, offended. It doesn't matter. All right, that's how things are set up, right? But a woman trying to go through her man's phone, all right, trying to check up on him, asking him all types of questions and shit. All right, that's not your fucking position, man. You need to play your role. See, these women have forgotten their role, man. And I know I'm going on a tangent now. I'm gonna get into this article, but yeah, it's just the truth of the matter. We don't, this isn't everything that we're gonna talk about. All right, but it's a major thing, man, and it's something that affects the mass majority of us. All right, because the family structure is fucked up, man. But getting into this article, this is just showing that even these dudes in the world is catching it, man. All right, this is from the Sun. It says, messed up, my wife's a slob who does no cleaning and watches Netflix for 6 hours a day. She hates it when I say she does nothing. And women are very bad at accepting accountability for what they do. They're always going to deflect. All right, and they can't blame, they can't put they're not going to take responsibility, man. But they expect the man to. That's why you'll find men more often than not apologizing, man. Or if you want to point something out to her, she's going to deflect and put, you did this, or you did that. They're not going to accept the accountability. All right, so let's get into it. It says, bloke explained that he gets frustrated with his stay-at-home wife, 27, as she does no cleaning around the house and watches Netflix for 6 hours a day. And I mean, we live in a society where most of these women are getting up and going to work as well. All right. But this woman in this situation, all right, he's like he says he's 36, she's 27. He's older than her. He pays all the bills, I'm sure, because he's the main breadwinner, which is rare nowadays, because nowadays, most of these women want to get out and go work. All right, so you best believe shit's definitely not getting done at the house. But nonetheless, all right, it says she's a stay-at-home wife. And it doesn't seem, I don't think she has kids. I don't think they have kids, man. So she's a stay-at-home wife and she don't do shit. She not cleaning up. All right, and we're going to get into it. Because it's one thing to admonish these women for not being wise, not knowing how to be wise. But the scriptures give you the guidelines on how to be a woman and how to be a wife, how to be a good woman. It says the husband, 36, said that his partner of 5 years was a slob. But that she got very upset when he pointed out that she didn't do anything. It It says to prove that she did clean, the wife took photos of herself doing housework, but he said he found the gesture funny and laughed at her, and that's very interesting. You're gonna take pictures of what you so called did, when it's your fucking job, man. Like you want to pat in the back. Like I've heard women say to their man, "Oh well, I'm paying this bill, or I'm not gonna do what I'm supposed to do unless he paying my bills." And that's off, man. Because if the roles were reversed, you wouldn't be able to not, us as men, we wouldn't be able to not do what we're supposed to do as men if she's not being a woman, which is happening more often than not, right? So she's been, they try to flip that shit, man. She gonna try to take pictures like she wants a fucking pat on the back. That's what you're supposed to do. All right, you're supposed to be a keeper of the house. You're supposed to make sure the house and the kids are in order. That is your position. But see, most of these women have left, all right, because they've been liberated by the serpent, and that goes all the way back to the garden. They've been liberated, all right, to be, to be deemed what they've deemed her the prize. Right? Like I reiterated, they deem her the prize. They say she don't got to do shit. She ain't got to work for no man, because they try to make it seem like being a servant to your husband is wrong. But that's exactly what a wife is. They demonize her. Oh, you're not his slave. You don't got to do that for him. But we're required to pay for the dates, pay the bills, make sure keep up with your spending habits and whatnot. Right? It's a hypocrisy. It says, taking the Reddit, he said, my wife is something of a slob. I knew this isn't the nicest thing to say about your partner, but she would happily step over a pile of clothes in our living room for a month before actually folding them. And that shows you the majority of these damn women, American women, whether they be Israelites or not, man, they through. All right, this is what America has done to the minds of these people, man. And the men are just as bugged out. Don't try to say we always getting on the men, because we getting on these knucklehead niggas too, man. All right, everybody's through out here, man. But we're here to be, to preach the gospel so that the elect can be awakened, because there's no fixing this place, man. All right, it ain't no amount of marriage counseling or nothing like that to fix what the shit, everything that's going on here. It's through. All right, the Lord's going to hit the reset button, right? It says during the daytime, she doesn't really cook, clean, or do any housework at all while he's out hustling and bustling, getting his grind on, doing what he's got to do to bring home the bread, man. As being the breadwinner in the head. All right, she should be making sure the household is in order. Said she ain't doing shit but sitting on her fucking ass all day, man. Not being productive, probably scrolling through Instagram, and most of these women, hey, they sitting at home and they got Instagram and social media and shit. Best believe you got niggas hitting them up. They have access to that, and she could be cheating on your ass, man. All right, I'm gonna just call her ace and a spade a spade. That's the truth. All right, we deal with facts and truths over here, man. We ain't here to spare nobody's feelings, man. Ain't none of us subject to not. Hey, like the scripture say, marvel not if she transgress against thee, man. All right, you gotta take the good with the fucking bad. When you dealing with these damn women, all right, you gotta best believe they have access. All right, they have been liberated, man. That's what you gotta understand. They have access to a plethora of niggas, man. It's more easier for them to get a nigga than for us to get a chick, man. And that's just the truth, all right? Because they see so many options, and it's a term in the red pill community called hypergamy, that these women practice. They always looking for that step up. Here it is, they're requiring men to change, but they're not doing anything to really further themselves. Why? Because they've been told in their mind that they don't need to change, that they should be accepted exactly how they are, man. And in this case, with this woman, she's a damn slob, man, right? It says she loves browsing the internet and watching Netflix, but beyond her interests, she can rarely gather up the energy to do much at all. It says, to be honest, before marriage, when I lived alone, my house was much cleaner than it is now. So he was living alone, man. He said his house was cleaner than it was. If she wasn't, what's the point of her fucking being there? He better off living alone, man. If you ain't at home and you ain't making a whole lot of messes, your house is not going to be dirty. She's making that. She's adding. She's a liability rather than an asset. When a wife is supposed to be an asset, we're gonna get that through the spirit, man. We're gonna get those scriptures. It says, to be honest, before marriage, when I lived alone, my house was much cleaner than it is now. The man went on to explain that his wife doesn't like to discuss the house situation and gets upset when it's brought up. You know, and then that's going that she can't accept that rebuke, man. Because he's going to her like a man and saying, hey, you need to get your shit together. You know, hey, the next thing would be to do, all right, to send her that damn bill of divorce and send her ass on the way, man. All right, because she ain't really good for nothing. She's not adding, she's not there to add, you know, to him. She's taking away. Let this truck pass. You can call it old fashioned or however you may want to call it. You know, but hey, you know, back in the 50s, you know, 50s, 40s, all right, the man would go to work, the wife would take care of the kids, you know, and she would make sure that food is ready for him, and he has a nice, he coming home to a nice, clean environment, man. All right, hey, the man is already out, you know, grinding, getting his grind on, slaving, you know, to make sure he's taking care of his needs as he should. All right, he should, when he comes home, man, that's supposed to be where he can rest, relax, kick his feet up, and not have to worry about a thing. Okay, but these women don't know how to be wives. They've forgotten their roles as women. It says the man went on to explain that his wife doesn't like to discuss the house situation and gets upset when it's brought up. She said the bizarre thing about this situation is that she's incredibly sensitive about the fact that she doesn't really do much all day and denies it whenever it's brought up. And that's these younger generations, man. You know, like it was the brother, I believe, I know it's from GMS Awakening. I think it's the brother Amouan Gabar in New York. But he was like going into it, man. Most of these women don't even know how to fucking cook, man. You think we taking women like this when Jacob's trouble comes, when Isaiah 4:1 comes to part, man? Do you think we about to have a woman around us that's just sitting on her fucking ass eating up your food and making a mess and not cleaning it up? We ain't having no women like that around us in that day, man. It's gonna be a privilege. It's gonna be a blessing for you to be with a man of the Lord in that day, man. Don't take that shit lightly, because the Lord is gonna be dealing with his men. Lord said, I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than a golden wedge of Ophir. It's going to be rare to find a man that's stable in that day, man. You better get your shit together. That's all. That's all I'm going to read on that, man. I want to get the scriptures. Because the scriptures speak about how a woman is supposed to be, man. How a woman is supposed to act as a wife. And that's definitely not an example of how, that's the complete opposite. Let's get this real quick. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 36, and verse 24. He that getteth a wife beginneth a possession. And you can get mad at what the scriptures say, but when you as a wife, when you become a wife, you're a possession. You're owned by your man, by your husband. It says, he that getteth a wife beginneth a possession, and help like unto himself. So she's supposed to help him. It says, and a pillar of rest. He ain't supposed to be coming home worried about fucking house all fucked up, or he has to come home and clean the house and cook the food. There's no point of you even fucking being there. What are you there for, a box? You can go buy some of that. You know? Really, most of your roles, your duties as a wife can be outsourced right now, man. You really don't, man. These women ain't really good for shit, man. But laying on their damn back or laying on their, or bending the fuck over, and, hey, you can go and purchase that and go about your day and just deal with it on your own, man. All right, I know that might be too raw for some individuals, but hey, it is what it is, man. But when a man gets a wife, he begins a possession. All right, a possession, right? She's property, and she has a duty. She's a servant to that man, because that's what the word woman means, man. Let's get this. We're gonna finish off here, man. I don't want to make this too long-winded. All right, but we're sent to be teachers, man. So of course, it's one thing to get on these women about not being wives, but hey, show them the right way according to the scriptures how they're supposed to conduct themselves. What's going on?
Is there a way to get into your restaurant this way? Because I'm bringing a whole bunch of pizza and I couldn't get through the.
Oh yeah. If you go right through here, and actually this little room is open. But if you go right there, you'll see a big service elevator. There's a big service elevator, and if you go all the way down to the press lower level or at one.
Get me there?
Yep. Salakia. Forgot I was at work. This is Titus chapter 2. Actually, let's start at the top. It says, but speak thou the things which become sound doctrine, that the aged men be sober, grave, temperate, sound in faith, in charity, and patience, right? It says, the aged woman likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness, not false accusers, not given too much wine, teachers of good things, right? The aged women are supposed to teach the younger women, right? What are they going to teach them? What's for? That they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands. That's a big issue too. These women really don't love their husbands, man. They love what they can do, but you really supposed to love your husband, man. You're supposed to look at him as your Lord, especially the Israelite man. It says to love their husbands, to love their children, to be discreet, right? You got to be discreet, not all in the open, not all being loud and boisterous. Be discreet. Chase, keepers at home. So is she supposed to be all out and about doing whatever? No, she's really supposed to have her ass at home. All right, and later on in that article I just read, it was talking about, somebody was saying, she might not want to be at home all the time. That's her fucking job. That's her job, man. That's her job, man. Well, whatever. They've been in America too long. It says, once again, to be discreet, chaste, keepers at home, good, obedient to their own, good, obedient to their own husbands. All right, that the word of the Most High be not blasphemed. All right, and that's the point, man. Keepers at home. She's supposed to keep up with the house. That's her job. Okay, family structure is really like a business, man. All right, that husband, he's like the CEO, so to speak. All right, he's the head. He's that visionary because he's building the structure, the foundation of the household. The bills are getting paid, the expenses, all that, making sure that, most of back in the ancient world, we had land, they would till the land. They would even, might have servants, but they could do it themselves. And the wife, she's supposed to be as that manager, all right, that manages the little things. They add those touches, all right, and it's very true because women have a natural gift. All right, they pay attention to details. All right, they like to, they're supposed to make a house very warm and welcoming. Different they hanging pictures up, all these different things, man. Men don't really focus on that because we're focused on the bigger picture. We're focused on making sure these bills are paid and whatnot, right? But she's supposed to make sure the house is clean, and make sure her husband is taken care of when he gets home. But most of these women don't do that. But that is the correct way to go about it. All right, and we're not saying it's all women, but this is the vibration, the overwhelming vibration that's pushed upon the men, women, and children in the society, man. And it's backwards according to the ways of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, man. All right, so we got to fight that wicked vibration with the righteous one. And the righteous vibration is stronger than that left-handed vibration, man. That's why you have men waking up and realizing, this bitch really ain't worth a fuck, man. All right, that's why a lot of these women gonna get put to death during JT, man. A lot of these, these baby daddies, man, they gonna find their baby mamas, man. All right, because you really off if you putting the hell on your man about some bullshit. Okay, it's not your job to rebuke your husband. It's not your job to question him, right? And that's why a lot of these women gonna get fucked up, man. But no, I ain't want to make this too long. Yeah, I get back into plantation, man. I just want to bring that out, man. All right, because ultimately, like I said, we are teachers, man. And there are women that are listening. This is what you're supposed to do if you have a man. If you don't, you need to get one. The Lord gonna set it up, however he gonna set it up. But, Lord willing, this is edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua Bahashem, Bukakudash, and double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone who rule well. Peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect. Till next time, Shalom.